You're welcome, Grand Rapids.
How about John Cena? How about Donovan in the tech booth?
Yeah.
Good evening, Grand Rapids. I might want to turn my mic.
Yeah.
Good evening, Grand Rapids. Now, welcome to NewsFlash. I'm your anchor, Chaz.
And I'm your other anchor, Sean. And because some of you may have been searching through all of your gift receipts and maybe on all this snow outside, trying to find a way, if we can maybe just return the whole friggin' year. Just send it back to, return to sender. We have searched for the top local and national and world stories that you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash. Ding.
Our top story tonight. Trump spent his Christmas Eve answering phone calls from children interested in a crossover event with North American Aerospace Defense Command Center's annual Santa Tracker. Because I guess he decided that the best gift he could give us after a whole year of bullshit was more material for NewsFlash.
Hey, thank you, Santa Trump.
Yeah. Some of the nuggets included him explaining to a child that the government tracks Santa to make sure he's being good, insinuating that there might be a bad Santa other than Billy Bob Thornton. Infiltrating the country because I guess the North Pole is one of the shithole countries on his list. So I guess look forward to Trump sharing a shitty AI meme of ice raiding the elves workshop.
Yeah, Trump, he also went off on how much he loves Oklahoma because they voted for him 3 times. And yeah, he told a child to, quote, never leave Oklahoma, which is the worst advice you could give a child. Anyone, really. And he also bragged to a kid from Pennsylvania that he won that state 3 times. But that's not true. He only won 2 out of 3. So get your facts straight, Donald Trump. But you got to start those kids on election fraud indoctrination while they're young, or otherwise they'll never learn the traditions.
He's batting 1,000 on Oklahoma, though, so that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Trump also suggested that a stocking full of clean, beautiful coal may not be so bad. Always this obsession with fossil fuel, and that because another kid wanted a Kindle. He was a very high IQ individual. Because I guess the whole White House is getting kickbacks from Bezos now. Makes sense.
I'm
looking forward to some Prime Day promo codes during the next State of the Union.
Yeah. I could use some of those. And that's not even including every time he said something creepy to a little girl with his wife sitting right there. Spoiler alert, it happened more than a couple times.
And on top of that, his only response to a kid who wanted a pinball machine was that he should listen to Elton John's cover of Pinball Wizard. So who's grooming everyone to be a drag queen now?
Yeah, come on, get your story straight. So, just a quick holiday message to any parent who thought it was a good idea to have their child talk to Donald Trump on the phone on live TV. Merry Christmas, you're permanently on the naughty list. But don't worry, according to your cult leader, apparently coal isn't that bad.
As long as it's clean.
Beautiful.
By now, a lot of us know that Vanity Fair just released a profile on the Trump administration, including some very unflattering photographs, but also in the article consisting of 11 interviews with White House Chief of Staff and Paula Deen doppelganger, Susie Wiles, conducted over the course of this past year, particularly about her experience with Pam Bondi, Erica Kirk's new boyfriend, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Stephen Miller, and Trump himself. She's the first politician in 10 years to expose hot gossip about the White House without having a book deal. Wow. Which is impressive considering how everything is a grift to all these people.
Such restraint. Now, a bunch of people from the administration have come out and said that her quotes are either false or taken out of context, but the reporter played recordings that verbatim are what she said in the article. So I'm not sure what context they're talking about. Oh yeah, sure, I called my boss a piece of shit who deserves to die in hell, but that was like in the moment, you had to be there kind of a thing. Yeah, also 11 interviews over the course of a year, and not one time did she say, hey, maybe don't print that. Or, oh, this is off the record, by the way. It sounds like she wants to get fired and get a different job. You usually don't talk this much shit about your coworkers, even if you already have another gig lined up. So, scorched earth, I guess.
But you are not her, so.
No, I'm not.
Wiles made comments about Trump having an alcoholic's personality, which is Wiles when you think about the fact that Trump famously claims he doesn't drink. So, you mean he just slurs his words, has erratic mood swings, falls asleep randomly, eats like shit, shits himself, all without the actual fun of being drunk? I don't say this lightly, but maybe someone should spike Trump's Diet Coke and see if it magically makes everything better.
Yeah, maybe it'll help him. Maybe he's the one person who should drink. And no, this graphic is not the fanfic love triangle of your nightmares. It's just Wiles and two more of her targets, former Doge chief Elon Musk, who she claimed slept in a random room in the White House while he was working on defunding USAID, and he was apparently on ketamine the whole time. And then J.D. Vance, she called a conspiracy theorist who only flipped his opinion of Trump purely for political reasons. Yeah, fucking duh. I mean, we all knew that. It's nice to hear it from the administration saying the quiet part out loud, but like even the most unobservant child could tell you that Vance is a paranoid simp and Musk is in a perpetual K-hole. It's probably a very precocious child if they're going to say that exact thing, those words, but, you know, a child nonetheless.
Trump has signed an executive order reclassifying marijuana from a Schedule I drug to a Schedule III drug.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes. Oh, wow. This news brings into stark reality the hypothetical. What if the worst person that you know passed you the blunt? Anyway, remember what I said earlier about spiking his Diet Coke? Well, maybe someone should take his bucket of KFC and add a few different herbs into that mix.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see what you're picking up with your thumb. After a meeting with President Zelensky last week, Trump claimed that Ukraine and Russia are closer than ever to a peace agreement, which, I don't know, I don't think that's saying much. Because, like, unless you have a goldfish memory like old 45 and a half, they be Warren. This is the guy who thought that he deserved a peace prize from FIFA because he arranged a ceasefire in Israel that lasted about 24 hours before it was immediately broken. And then he claimed in his campaign that he was going to end the war in Ukraine in less than 24 hours after his inauguration, which didn't happen. I guess it makes sense that his peace prize is from a soccer organization, considering how often he moves the goalposts.
Looks really good in his office, though.
Sports joke.
Corwell announced the two most popular baby names for boys and girls, respectively, were Theodore and Sophia. Taking over the top spots from the last couple of years, Oliver and Camilla. So look forward to the 2040s when we're going to have a bunch of bros named Teddy and Ollie running around dressed like Victorian orphans hitting on poor women who all have a complex about the 1960s sex spots they've been compared to all their lives, thereby swinging the pendulum all the way back to the babies named Gertrude and Rutherford.
Solid Christian baby names. In music news, the Smashing Pumpkins revisited their 1995 landmark album Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness this year, commemorating its 30th anniversary of about 4 bangers and 30 more songs. Alongside that, the singer Billy Corgan also announced a sequel series of more albums in that vein. And the titles include Antichrist and the 7 Circles of Hell.
Mandate in the Constant X.
Jumpin' Jack and the Panic Attack.
Lazy Susan and the Spinning Wheel.
Firefly and the Unemployment Line. These are like perfect Billy Corgan impressions. I don't know if you guys know this. And finally, of course, Eager Beaver and the Powerless Wetland Community.
That one actually sounds kind of good.
I'd listen to that.
Archaeologists found a 115-year-old human footprints where
115,000.
Oh, sorry, 115,000.
That's so much more.
Old footprints, where they definitely shouldn't be, but I have been many times.
What?
Directly outside your mom's bedroom.
My mom likes big feet. What can I say? For the first time, a person who uses a wheelchair will be the first time will fly into space. So James Cameron was like, we're just going to pretend that Jake Sully never existed. And if you could see, that was a picture of Jake Sully if we had a brighter projector. Also, yeah, let's take a look at that group photo one more time. We're apparently sending the first Amish hipster into space as well. So that's fun. Anyway, this is one small roll for a man and one giant ramp for mankind. It's going to be a pretty steep climb.
I think that might also be the first guy to smoke weed in space, actually.
Probably.
In NewsFlash, a brutal Christmas Day massacre of a whole team of lions by some cruel Vikings rendered the felines completely vanquished for the rest of the season. Talk about a damaged pride. Guess it's just part of the circle of life. Maybe next year?
No, probably not.
The year after?
No. In other animal news, an alligator was caught jumping on a painted sign of a deer in a nearby wetland. And even worse, it had a giant Acme logo painted on it as well. What a stupid animal.
Yeah, a good thing humans have human brains that are not stupid at all.
Exactly, we're smart.
In other news, users are flocking to the trading platform Robinhood, where a new feature lets you bet on prediction markets. Users are notably betting on the likelihood of a catastrophic weather event rather than opting for, say, flood insurance.
Oh.
Sounds like a great lesson from This Old House episode. Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Why have insurance when you can gamble?
Ah. The Oscars are leaving ABC in a few years, and they'll be streamed exclusively on YouTube starting in 2029. So it'll be the first ever Academy Awards sponsored exclusively by SeatGeek, NordVPN, and the hit mobile game Raid Shadow Legends.